Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Tyler Goff Group Cares, or TGG Cares, and this month we are spotlighting kind of a ministry that's near and dear to my heart, and that is Mission Haiti. I'm joined by Isaac with Mission Haiti.
Hello, hello.
And so want to just educate everybody, if you haven't heard of Mission Haiti, who they are, what they do, how you can get involved, and really just to kind of tell you more about what they do. I've known of Mission Haiti forever, just kind of because of Embrace Church, which is where our family goes to church, and they're one of your sponsored churches.
Yep, they're one of our partner churches.
Sure. So, but for those that don't know, like, what is Mission Haiti?
That's a loaded question for sure, right?
But go. You got 10 seconds.
So the most important things, Mission Haiti exists to love Jesus, love others, and make disciples. And we serve in South Haiti, very rural community. And we feel the best way to do that is to empower and equip the current and future Christian leaders for Christ in the country. So we try to walk alongside the locals instead of coming in to do things for them.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I think what I think is so cool about Mission Haiti and what they do is, they go in, they make Haiti better, but not just while you're there necessarily. I mean, the goal is to kind of make this self-sustaining community,
for sure,
more or less. So first of all, like, what have you guys done in Haiti? Like, what's the main mission?
We've just been tools. God's done a lot, but we haven't done a whole lot by ourselves.
Absolutely.
But yes, our biggest thing is education. That's what Mission Haiti was started around, Christian education. So we operate 8 schools. Those are supported through churches like Embrace, individual sponsorships of somebody sponsoring a student and creating that relationship with them. So those 8 schools, 2,500 students in our sponsorship program, meaning they have an individual sponsor that helps them go to school, get their supplies. That's the biggest arm of our ministry. On top of that, we now have a medical clinic, a primary care clinic in our rural area. That's been a year and a half, almost 2 years, which is crazy how fast that's gone. We have the SAM home for the elderly, which in elderly home, it's kind of a forgotten population. Haiti is very poor, especially where we are. People live on about $1.25 to $1.75 a day. So it's tough to feed your own family, let alone if your mom or dad come back in your house. So this is kind of a new arm of our ministry that's been really fun. Some of the best people we've ever met.
That's cool.
Yep. So you have schools, elderly home, clinic, 2 ministry centers, which are like community centers where there's all Haitian-led Awana, a literacy program, music class, places where the community can go and express themselves and learn some stuff. And then the last thing is a block company. I shouldn't say the last thing. So we have a block company, which is a business that operates.
Block, like cinder.
Cement block.
Yeah.
Everything's built with cement blocks. It was kind of a partnership with Project Dispatch here in town to boost the economy, create some jobs, and it self-sustains now. We don't even budget for it anymore, but it's still part of the Mission Haiti umbrella. And then last but not least at all, we have our family at the orphanage, which is not an orphanage where we try to adopt kids out. They are pretty much adopted. They're brother and sisters. There's a Haitian mom and dad, and they live right there on the grounds with us. It's pretty awesome.
Okay, so if Mission Haiti didn't exist and Mission Haiti didn't build these schools, 8 schools, all of them are Haitian-led, Haitian teachers, except for the one is like a French, English.
Yeah, so one of our schools is a French and English immersion school, meaning that each class, they learn the entire curriculum in French and in English. At home, they speak Haitian Creole, so our 5th graders speak fluent in 3 languages.
Wow.
Each classroom has a Haitian teacher that works alongside a North American teacher, and they co-teach together in the classroom. It's pretty sweet.
Cool.
Yeah, but the other 7 schools are all completely Haitian teacher, Haitian-led. That's one thing that drew me to Mission Haiti. I didn't seek out Mission Haiti. I wasn't trying to work in nonprofit. It just changed my life, starting with a 1-week trip through Embrace. Was not thinking I'd go live in Haiti. Was not thinking I'd work in the nonprofit world. But it changed my life completely. And I think one of the most powerful things I saw Mission Haiti do was empower people to do the things in country, Haitian nationals. So we have 3 full-time American employees, 1 part-time, and we have over 350 Haitian employees. So that means, like, when COVID and we weren't able to go down, all our programs continued to operate. We had one of our best school years ever because it's not reliant on foreigners coming down and doing the things.
Yeah.
We can partner and support and encourage, but just to come and do when people are looking for jobs and things is not always, we don't feel the best way to make change.
Oh. What would this options be for school if Mission Haiti didn't exist and wasn't building these schools?
There
What
are
would these kids.
there are government schools in the area, not a lot, and they're severely underfunded, and teachers routinely go without pay and then go on strike, and then schools shut down. We also, the Christian education part is huge. Haiti's been crippled by people in leadership roles that have taken advantage of resources, both human resources and their natural resources. And that's been 250 years that's plagued Haiti kind of to where they are right now. That's a very simplified version. There's a lot of other stuff that goes into that. But so that Christian education piece is absolutely vital in our eyes. The integrity that comes with it, the looking out for others, treating others with love and respect, that's a huge thing. So they would not be getting that type of education, this quality of education, this consistency. There would be in a classroom with, I don't know, a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Packed in there.
Yeah.
It's at risk of sounding like we're bragging, it's a different level of education.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, I know just even like the photos, I've never been to Haiti, but just even the photos with
Why not?
I know, right? We're doing it.
Yeah,
we've talked.
it's coming.
We've talked about
You bet.
that. So in the near future, but even just from like the uniforms that they have, and I mean, it's just you can tell the kids when they're at your schools, there's like this sense of pride that they're
it's
so excited
refreshing.
to be there.
For
Like,
sure.
right?
Education is not something you have to do, it's something you get to do.
Yeah. That's awesome.
We visit a lot of homes. We try to get into the mountains, into people's homes, and you see what they live in, what they wear on a regular basis, and then you see them at school and you're like, wow. I mean, they get up before the sun, take an ice cold.
How many miles do they walk?
It just depends. On foot, no joke, hour to 2 hours one way is not crazy. It's very typical.
Wow.
And if Haitians love to look nice, especially for something they view as important, like school. So if it's rainy or muddy and they're walking on these trails, they will not wear their school shoes because they don't want them to be muddy when they get there. So they'll just go barefoot.
Wow.
Because it's more important to have clean
different than my
shoes. I
kids
know, right?
Going to school.
Seriously.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. They're awesome.
And that's what I think is so cool is that they appreciate and understand what's being provided to them. And so what do you guys have some events coming up? Let's talk a little bit about Move for Mission Haiti.
Move for Mission Haiti. This is the third year we've done this. It kind of came out of the idea that when we were in Haiti, a lot of people from Sioux Falls were mainly supported from Sioux Falls because this community is incredible. People come down and they love to work out. Everybody loves to work out. They want to go for runs. It's like, how can we put these two together? Like, there's too much of a connection. So we made the Move for Mission Haiti event, which is a 5K run or a yoga workout that's led by Frontier Wellness this year. And then there's a walk for people who don't do yoga or running. But it's a free will donation to participate. We bring people together at Cherry Rock Park. It's on August 28th. And the goal of it is to fundraise the operating budget for our orphanage family so that they're fully funded for the next year. Our fiscal years are July to June, and that's why it falls right now. The first 2 years have been fantastic, and we've been able to support that family. You'll get to learn about the kiddos in the orphanage. They'll be huge, like not fat heads, but big blow-ups of each kid. There's a raffle type fundraising board where you can buy like a cow for the family. You're buying cow meat, but I mean, maybe they might actually buy a cow and slaughter it on the property, but
who knows?
But that enters
You're going to be
into,
feeding them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Raffle drawings for a lot of prizes, and it's just a really
awesome.
Fun morning, 8 a.m., hopefully before it gets too hot.
Yep. Awesome.
August 28th.
August 28th. Yep. Awesome. All right. What other ways can somebody that maybe they're hearing this for the first time and maybe they've been to Haiti, maybe they never have, but for whatever reason they want to get involved, they want to help.
For sure.
What are some ways that an individual could help?
Yeah, the simplest way, the best thing you can do is sponsor a student or an elder. So most people don't know we have an elderly sponsorship program similar to our student sponsorship program, but what that does is creates a relationship. It starts a back and forth from letters. You can send pictures of your family and write them letters. We'll translate that into Creole. But it just gets you involved in a relationship. And then if there's something on your heart tugging you to do more, I would love to have a conversation with you and see what your areas of interest, what your passions are, and how that could fit into our ministry, and maybe come down on a trip. After that, it's pretty endless. But a great way to get started and build a relationship with somebody in Haiti is through sponsorship programs.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. Awesome. So more information on all of that, mission-haiti.org.
Yep.
Right?
Mission, don't forget the dash.
Dash.
It's there's a lot of Mission Haitis out there. Make sure it's mission-haiti.org.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so I want to end on this, and you hit on it a little bit. You lived in Haiti, so maybe just what happened? You went.
For sure.
You went to a trip to Haiti for
Yeah.
a week, and then you're living there.
So I was 26, 25, and I had my plan. I was gonna work in Anytime Fitness franchises. I knew some friends who own those franchises, and I loved that idea, and that was my plan. I was gonna do that, own franchises, make a lot of money, live at home. I was running the one up in Brookings. They're incredible people, and they let me go on a 1-week trip with Embrace to Mission Haiti. That week was the most powerful week of my life spiritually, and I came back and knew my life would look different, had no idea what it would look like. Fast forward a little bit, met my amazing wife, Chelsea, who was already involved in Mission Haiti as well. In the 3rd trip I went on, it was her about 6th trip. We had just gotten married in November, just bought a house, 2 dogs, 2 new cars, great jobs, loved that life. We took this trip together, and there was an opening for a missionary couple to come. Lead short-term teams that arrive in Haiti. I did our finances and operations, and Chelsea helped oversee the student sponsorship program, which is really hard because there's not phones and not addresses.
Man.
So it's quite the organizational project.
Yeah.
It was kind of a joke when they brought it up to us because nobody thought we'd go there. And on the plane ride home, I talked first in our relationship, so I brought it up. I was hoping she wanted to. She was hoping I wanted to. It was very mutual and easy. And so we left the following August. Sold our house, moved down there, and no regrets.
Wow.
That was 3 years ago.
And you lived there for
3 years.
3 years.
Yep.
I just love that. I mean, because obviously you're involved in Mission Haiti, but it's not like it's just a job for you. It's something that is near and dear to your heart, that country is important to you, and you've literally lived out and changed your life just to be a part of it.
Completely changed my life, and without knowing the ins and outs of how Mission Haiti operated and how they treat the people, how they handle finances, how they track everything, what they stand for, and how they get things done through empowering the locals, we never would have moved to Haiti. I mean, that's a huge life move. We trusted it fully, and as we got involved there, every time we went a little deeper, there was nothing, there wasn't red flags. I mean, we're far from perfect people running the organization, but it's an incredible group of people that are just so real about it. They're transparent in how they operate.
Yeah.
I should say we, because I'm part of it. But that was me viewing it as I was approached to come back and fundraise for Mission Haiti. So it was an easy thing for me to say yes to.
Cool.
Yep.
So cool. Well, if you have questions, Isaac is not only just a great resource, he's a great dude, and fun to get coffee with and lunch. And
I'm always looking for meetings. Meetings.
And so if you want more information or have more questions, reach out to Isaac or go check out mission-haiti.org.
That's right. It's not Haiti, South Dakota.
Not Haiti, South Dakota. A little bit further than that. It is warmer, I'm guessing.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
And so, hopefully this was educational for some of you out there that maybe never have heard of Mission Haiti, or if you have heard of it and this is just kind of getting in front of you again, I'd love for you to get involved by either sponsoring a student, an elder, doing the move for Mission Haiti. whatever it is that you can do. This is a great organization, great people working there, and they're just doing awesome things in that community. So thank you guys for everything you do, and just for who you are, and the life that you live and lead by example. So appreciate it. And we will see you August 28th.
You bet.
We're going to be there. Our team, we're getting some people going. Whether it's yoga, run, I don't know yet.
Yeah, you got to decide.
Yeah.
The Sioux Falls Marathon is this Sunday, so if you're worried that you're going to wear your legs out, do yoga as a recovery and prep. You'll PR on Sunday for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And I was just going to
guaranteed.
Tyler, Goff, and your guys' group. All these things we get to do, and the people we get to empower and equip, is only because of people like yourselves who partner with us and trust it and see it and watch the fruit that comes from those partnerships. So we're so thankful for the Goff Group and the opportunity to partner together.
Well, we're thankful to be part of it. Hopefully you guys can be too, and thanks for tuning in and joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Awesome.